Okay, good morning, class. Yes, welcome to this particular class today. Last time in class, we talked about factors influencing learning. Can you remind me on that?
You said 2. It's one?
Not one, I think it's one. There's a learning process and a process of learning. So I think this one should be learning process.
The first one should be
Yeah, learning process.
maybe another process.
Yeah, that one, I think we are done with that one. But learning process.
I think in addition to that,
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So, can you remind me, please, on these factors? If we're still learning, that's what we covered last time.
Video learning differences. What is the difference?
Individual learning differentiation. Okay. Yes, Sylvia? Basically, actually, I tried to put across 3 major factors influencing learning. Do you remember them?
The one I mentioned is one of the factors. And then there's environmental other factors. Then we have
Yes, thank you so much. Number 1, we have psychological individual differences of learners. Right? Psychological individual differences of learners. Number 2, teachers exercising in the classroom what? Learning. And then number 3, environment and other factors. Environmental factors influencing learning. So today we are on this one. Learning process. Learning process. Well, on the learning process, what are you expecting to have? Learning process.
the procedures of learning. How we begin.
Procedures of learning.
How we can acquire knowledge from others in process.
How can you
Acquire knowledge from others and maybe use of it.
how you will acquire knowledge from others and how you make use of it? Okay. Basically, we have some other things to look at, just like in the process of learning. Under this one, we are talking about something like, for example, attention. Attention is is actually under this one. Learning process. Let's try to understand this. The word attention gets attended when called in a public place, like railway station, bus stand, airport, and classroom, etc. It is to make our mind to get alert on something that we need at the particular time or process. In general, if we attempt to know a thing, we should focus our attention on that particular thing. Be very attentive in the learning process involves the act of listening, looking at or concentrating on a topic or concept. When we look at a thing, our sense organs get stimulated by a stimulus among many stimuli present in our environment and generate corresponding sensation which will reach our brain. In the brain, it gets interpreted according to the past experiences so that we receive meaning of that particular stimulus or object. Hence, attention is the first step of an individual to make readiness of mind in the process called cognition. What's your take on that one? What's your take on that? How do you understand that matter?
The attention.
Sure. That's first step in process of what? Learning what? Learning process. That's our first step. So how do you understand this step? Attention.
I think it means that
Your voice, please.
I think that it means when you're learning, you should pay attention to what the one who's teaching you is saying. For you to have a proper understanding. As when you understand, you can interpret it well. But if you haven't understood anything, that means, let's say you lose concentration, you're not concentrating on what the teacher is saying. You won't be able to learn or to understand what he's saying.
All right. What about you?
The slide is just trying to explain what happened after you hear something. For example, if you are lecturing and I'm paying attention, once I pay attention, it will help me to understand what you're saying. And once I understand what you're saying, it will help me to ponder about what you're saying. At the end of the time, maybe I will give a positive on the result since I understand sort of since I paid attention. So without attention, you can't understand anything.
Can you go with me to this particular where which says the verb attending in the learning process involves the act of listening, looking at, or concentrating on a topic or concept. So as we are learning in this class, for example, one is going to actually be attentive. You must actually make sure that you are listening. You are looking at one particular maybe one particular thing or individual. If you actually, when you are learning, of course, eye contact is very important. If you focus your eyes on a lecturer or a teacher, it will be able for you now to get what is trying to put across, and the rest of the time you concentrate on a particular topic put across. And in so doing, you see messages actually taken to your brain, and for interpretation. So it will be easier for you to grasp the matter in so doing. Attending means nothing else but the the act of listening, looking at, or concentrating on a topic or concept. So this is one of the steps in the learning process. When we look at a thing, our sense organs get stimulated by a stimulus among many stimuli present in our environment and generate corresponding sensation which would lead our brain. In the brain, it gets interpreted. The message in the brain gets interpreted according to the past experiences so that we perceive meaning of that particular stimulus or object. Hence, attention is the first step of an individual to make readiness of mind in the process called cognition. Well, let's move on. People have tried to define the term attention in different ways. In your own words, how can you define the term attention? Use your own wisdom, your own brain. How can you define the term attention? We tell others, please be attentive. I'm attentive. That's what we say. What does it mean to you?
Attention is the same as concentration.
Concentration. Okay? Yeah.
The same with what you have said.
The same as what Sylvia has said. Okay? Attention is the concentration of consciousness upon one subject rather than upon another. That's according to Damdiri, that is 1933. And there's someone as well who tried to find the term attention in a different manner. That's J.S. Rawls, 1951. Rawls says, attention is the process of getting an object of thought clearly before the mind. At the same time, attention is also defined as a process which compels the individual to select some particular stimulus according to his interest and attitude out of the multiplicity of stimuli present in the environment. That's according to Sharma, 1967. Well, in continuation, here it says, modern psychologists emphasize that attention should be considered as an independent capacity or unique power of mind in the integrated functioning of the mind. Once again, modern psychologists emphasize that attention should be considered as an independent capacity or a unique power of mind in the integrated functioning of the mind. There have been controversial proposals and theories to state and conclude how an individual could be able to select one particular stimulus among many stimulants from the environment and ignore the remaining other stimulus at a particular time. Now, we need to understand the characteristics of this particular term, attention. Attention is a process that helps in responsiveness to our environment. What's your take on that one? We are saying attention is a process that helps in responsiveness to our environment.
I think it means that paying attention depends on what is around you.
Why is it?
What is around you. Like right now, you are teaching and the leader. So I'll pay attention according to what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes. How do you understand this? So, attention is a process that helps in responsiveness to our environment. Okay. When you hear something, from somebody who is trying to tell you that particular thing or issue, for you to respond, or when you are responding, it simply indicates you have grasped that issue and it has been well interpreted in your brain and you have the meaning for that. So being attentive helps you actually to respond to your environment, to respond to give a response.
Respond according to what you have understood.
That's right.
If you respond, if you don't understood, that means you didn't pay attention when you give up a negative response.
That's right.
And that's
Or a wrong response.
yeah, which is contrary to what the person maybe was lecturing, what the person was saying. But if you give attention,
Yes.
that will be positive comments, just because you understood what the person was saying, you were able to think of it and give you a positive accession.
Yes. Thank you so much. In other words, when you listen attentively, when you concentrate, when you focus on something else, as somebody is teaching, somebody is lecturing, it will be able for you now to give a correct response. So, being attentive will help you to actually give a good response to the environment, to what you have heard. Well, it is a selective and shifting mental process that moves from one object to another. It is attracted by only one new object or thing at a particular time. It increases one's efficiency in acquiring new skills or knowledge. What about that one? What can you say?
Okay, I think we can take the pressures of, we should use the example that we are learning, right? So, as far as you are lecturing, that means it's our role to give attention to what you are saying, so that when we get to know what you are saying, we can maybe apply it in our everyday life. That means by the end of time, we'll end up having new skills or adding new skills on the other skills that we already had.
Okay. We may have just a lot of voices as somebody is trying to teach you something. So if you try to concentrate on all those what you are hearing at the same time, it's impossible. But you select one particular thing or an object, and then in so doing, it will be able for you to grasp what is being said. As we are teaching that now, you are even hear some other people talking, some other voices are there. All right? Even in your mind, you have some voices. But now you have chosen to select. Have selected one particular thing or object for you to concentrate on. Yeah. So in so doing, it'll be easier for you now to learn, to grasp knowledge or information. But if you try to say, okay, I'll listen to this, at the same time I'll also listen to this, then you end up getting nothing. But you choose one particular thing or object, and then you concentrate on that thing. That is why sometimes we become angry when somebody tries to actually step us in the process of learning. We end up saying, please don't disturb me. Yeah? Because you have tuned your mind to actually focus on one particular thing. If you miss that chance, then it won't be able for you to grasp the matter or what somebody has said. That's why sometimes we say, sorry sir, can you come again? That to say, you haven't grasped the point. Because maybe somebody was trying to tell you and you have divided what? Attention. All right, let's move on. And it's very interesting to learn. Here it says, it increases one's efficiency in acquiring new skills or what? Knowledge. What is it? Attention. It involves the special adjustment of sense organs in understanding a particular stimulus or object involved. It involves the entire mental and the physical activity by stimulus, response behavior to make the mind alert or prepared in the cognition process. Once again, it is the entire mental, that's cognition, and the physical activity, talk about sensory, by stimulus, that is response behavior to make the mind alert or prepared in the cognition process. You know, the message you get, the knowledge you get, gets processed in the brain. You take it when you are putting what concentration, when you're concentrating on that particular matter, that particular message gets up to the brain, and there, it gets up to the brain, and over there, it gets interpreted. That's now when you say, it's now when you, sometimes you say, sir, I know the meaning. I can ask this question. Why? It has been interpreted in your brain. And now you're able to come up with your own meaning or response to what you have heard for the first time. Attention. The type of attention. The type of attention have been classified by the psychologist laws 1951 as voluntary or volitional attention and involuntary or non-volitional attention. The type of attention have been classified by psychologist laws 1951 as voluntary. Voluntarily, you make up your mind to be attentive. Voluntarily. It's you deciding to say, I want to be attentive. I want to listen. I want to concentrate. Or involuntarily. Involuntarily. You listen. Or you concentrate. So let's have a clarification on that one. Voluntary or volitional attention. What are we trying to say on this? The conscious effort, along with our will, force of an individual to achieve our goal, to bring about by this type of voluntary or volitional attention. Once again, the conscious effort along with our will, force of an individual to achieve our goal, could bring about by this type of voluntary or volitional attention. You put an effort anyway, I've said earlier on. It's you putting an effort for you to grasp something, for you to get something, to understand something, put an effort. As the name says, this attention is paid by an individual voluntarily to accomplish the goal need to be reached. Do you understand? As the name states, that's voluntary. This attention is paid by an individual, by you and me as individuals, voluntarily to accomplish the goal need to be what? Reached. A student trying to solve a mathematical problem, which he needs to do it to get success is an example of volitional attention. A student trying to solve a mathematical problem, which he needs to do to get success or to succeed, in other words, is an example of volitional attention or voluntary attention, in other words.
Can you explain that point?
A student trying to solve a mathematical problem, which he needs to do to get a success or to succeed, is an example for volitional attention. I think it's you as an individual student or a learner taking initiative to say, I want to solve this mathematical problem, because you have something to to accomplish. You have something to why do you want to solve that problem? Particular mathematical problem? Actually, you have a goal of doing that. You have actually a reason of doing that. So, for you to reach your goal, for you to accomplish your goal, you take an initiative on your own and you gather momentum to say, I will solve this mathematical problem. Though it might look so challenging to you, but you gather momentum to say, I will solve this mathematical problem because I want to reach that very well. Goal I also specify my need, and then in so doing, you succeed. So doing, you succeed. And so we're saying that is an example of what we call volitional attention or else voluntary attention. It's you voluntarily taking initiative to say, I will solve this mathematical problem, for example. We may have some examples, but here they're just trying to give us one of the examples, mathematical problems one wants to aspire to solve. So that's what we call voluntary attention. Volitional attention could be classified as implicit attention and explicit attention. Please, can you find the meaning of the term, or the two terms in a way, implicit and explicit? What does it mean? These are the keywords in this particular statement. Once you understand this, it will be easy for you to know what it means. Explicit and implicit. Can you come again, please? Voice.
Implicit. It says it's suggested through or through not directly expressed.
Can you get it, please? Speak louder.
Suggested through, suggested though not directly expressed.
Suggested, though not
directly
expressed. Okay, suggested, though not directly expressed. Okay, thank you so much. What's that?
Implicit.
Implicit. Okay, expressed. Allow the place.